Afternoon. Got a water park here. We got ice cream. I'm at the, oh no, I forgot it. The Four Somethings Bridge in Louisville, Kentucky. Something I noticed or realized as I was driving through here is I think everything is starting to look the same. Uh, and I think that's maybe true of the Midwest cities. I mean, I'll show you. There's got a beautiful bridge here and river. But I was like, yeah, I think it like all is kind of looking the same. And then I realized, there are a couple places that don't look the same. The first thing that came to mind was Santa Fe, New Mexico, for sure. Um, Seattle, Washington, San Francisco, Boston, Miami. I think it's just the Midwest. Yeah. Anyway, um, I've been getting into a little bit of a groove here past couple days. I don't know who designed this, but this route that I'm taking, each city is like 3.5 to 4 hours apart. And so I drove like 3.5 hours yesterday from Charleston to here to Louisville. And then St. Louis, Missouri is about 3.5, 4 hours from here. And so I'm planning on going there today. And then Kansas City is like 4 hours from St. Louis. And so it's like, oh, this is perfect. Work in the morning, find a coffee shop, walk around the city, do something, and then crush 3.5 to 4 hours. Get a little workout in at Anytime Fitness, um, get a shower in, and find a place to camp, and then do it all again the next day. Waking up in a new city. So anyway, I walked up here a little bit. Van is over there. Anyway, yeah, it's all kind of looks the same. What else is new? I got some more work done this morning, and I still didn't deploy my changes, but I think I fixed what I needed to fix, and um, oh, I guess I can talk about that as well. I'm almost there, but so many thoughts. Do I talk about the API stuff? I heard back from the YouTube API team, and they said we're waiting on leadership to approve, whatever that means, and it should be done within the end of the month. I was reading this. I was like, the end of the month? It's September 2nd. This was yesterday. Um, so, yeah, not lovely news, but it could be worse. And they haven't said I've violated any of their terms of service and need to fix anything yet. So I'm just confused because the last time I did this, it took like a week maybe. And this time it's already been a month. So anyway, yeah, it's presenting new challenges. Um, it might actually work in my favor because now I can literally use the excuse of I can't have more than a couple users So I can't launch, but I could sort of reach out to more people and get some more users um, in this current state, though it's not ideal. And yeah, so playing it by ear, taking it day by day, and we'll figure it out. I figure worst case scenario, they're like, you're violating XYZ and you need to change this. I feel somewhat confident because the thing I've built is there are other solutions and competitors in the market. And so it's like, well, I'm kind of doing what they're doing, just better. um, and so, yeah, I have precedence, I think is the legal term. Um, the other thing, and I was debating on whether or not to share this, but I was overhearing a lot of conversation this morning in this coffee shop from the people sitting next to me, this group of four, and I think it was probably they're in their mid 30s or so. And I mean, it started off with like, oh wow, this is a juicy conversation, and then kind of as it went on, I was like, this is kind of sad. Um, Basically, this it was a guy and a man and three women, like in their mid 30s, whatever. And the guy was like, yeah, so, well, I started off with like, the guy was ordering and the women were talking like, yeah, it's like mugshot they knew each other. So it was like everyone coming together and sharing stories. But the guy was like away ordering a coffee, and the women were like, yeah, it's like his mugshot is his Instagram photo, like, and I heard this, and then yeah, he was there for a day or something. I was like, what is going on? All the while, trying to work, but like you hear stuff while you're working. Um, and so he comes over and he's like, so yeah, is talking about this night, it was like a high school reunion, got sloppy drunk, um, and got like the police came and then got kicked out of the bar, and he was like, he peed himself and whatever. And then it was like, yeah, the last thing I remember was I'm sitting in the back of a cop car arrested, and then I wake up and I'm in a jail cell, like sitting on this like sticky mat or whatever. Anyway, that's like the short story. They went into like more detail, but I was like, yeah. And then he was talking about um, I think he has a partner, but I couldn't really tell, and I couldn't really hear it. But yeah, I was like, yeah, and I have to deal with that, and she like wants me out, whatever. And I'm like, this is, it started out as like, wow, this is like a fun, hilarious movie type story, and now it's like, this is like real. This is like your real life. Like, you got arrested, drunk out of your mind. You're 35 years old or whatever, and like you have a partner, and then this other woman was like, yeah, I filed for divorce last week, and like we're going to couples therapy. And I was like, oh. I It's so hard to like say anything because I don't know, not in it's so hard to say like right now anything because I don't know their full situations. But it's just like, man, I want to say like life is tough, and that kind of stuff is what I'm trying to avoid. And I wish I wish I could say that's like avoidable, but again, I don't know what their situations are like, so it's hard to say anything. But just to like see a glimpse of, I feel very privileged to have, through both nature and nurture, just not been interested in getting like drunk and blacking out, and I don't have anger issues or anything. Haven't had like difficulties with other people physically, or like gotten into issues with the cops. Like I'm like listening to these stories, and I'm like, Jesus. I feel very grateful to be normal, or maybe more than, maybe I'm not normal, and that is normal, and that would be even sadder, honestly. So anyway, a lot to process, but it's just interesting when you hear the lives that other people are living, and yeah. So anyway, I'm gonna go crush 4 hours or so and try to make it to St. Louis. See you tomorrow.